good evening, and good afternoon. This is Nathaniel Kempton Productions here today, and welcome to Railworks Terrain Simulator 2016. Now, today, as you can see, we are with 7F number 53808. I nearly got that wrong because I'm blind in a rather nice, weathered, sort of run-down look that's very pretty. Oops, and that's a tree. Sorry. You join me at Demon's Run. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this place yet. As you can see, I've built a rather sizable town. It's incomplete. I'm still... Oh no, I've done the lampposts. Oh, I just haven't done the side roads yet. Ah, okay. Yeah, so the sizable town of Demon's Run. If you don't know the name Demon's Run, if that doesn't mean anything to you, a certain fandom, for example, then I'm afraid I don't want to know you. I'm only joking, it's a massive Doctor Who reference. So, yeah, you can see the awful gridded pattern that I've managed to do. I'm going to rip this road up here, I think, and put down the same road rule that I used for those houses and that there. It's very basic, but I do like the... it's a bit glitchy, as you can see from the... What do I do? Bit of road there, but it looks quite nice. The way it sweeps out and joins up, and this bit's a bit of a mess. And I'm on the road, yay! Bob, gone. Yeah, so we've got a wheelchair-friendly holiday park thing. Demon's Run a holiday park. Isn't much to look at yet. I'm yet to add the bushes and picnic benches and swings and shit. But it's coming on very well. Demon Run's got its own little Christian church with a small war memorial that I can't find any poppies for because Railworks is shit. I might move the church back a little bit, move it over this way because it's a bit of an empty corner. I think it would look good sort of in this little dugout bit here. But anyway, that's enough about Demon's Run. Today we are going to be driving the... It was supposed to be the 12 o'clock service, but I've been rabbiting for 4 minutes. The 12 o'clock service to the new station of Penyn town. So if I zoom across with the map, follow the route along, this is all new. Ah, yes, this bit is quite interesting. You'll see that when we get to it. But if we keep going, it's about 6 miles, this branch. We arrive at Penyn town, which I believe at the moment is void of everything. I in fact booted the complete wrong scenario, because in the other scenario that I'd prepared for this video, I had lots of wagons and coaches and things dotted about, but because I'm an idiot and I'm lazy, I'm not going to be doing that. So, without further ado, I think we should get this delayed service moving. What's our boiler pressure? 181.5, is that increasing? Very slowly. Good enough for me. So, as you were, Mr. Carg. So, going to try and stick to the speed limit of about between 25 and 30 miles an hour. But this is me, so it might not happen. The weathering on this engine is incredible. Look at it. This, I never really knew until I got my new computer how pretty the game actually is. Because of course I was stuck with my crappy laptop with its potato graphics. Compared to this, it's just incredible. I mean, you can see the draw distance is insane now. I've got it. In fact, I think I've got the draw distance right up. I've got shadows turned off. for the engines and stuff. So you can see there's only got that shadow underneath it, and there's nothing on the side of it because it annoyed me, and it looked pretty bad, to be honest. What's that boiler pressure doing? Fucking hell, it's disappearing. I forgot I was bad at driving. Let's just stick the blowers wide open. So, leaving Demon's Run, we have this rather nice, if not slightly sharp, sweeping curve, which I really like. It really shows off the game. At certain angles, it really makes it look good. Oh, and we've got a lovely female train spotter sat rather precariously on top of the bridge. Bridge? The tunnel. Just in case there's anyone hiding in the tunnel. I think the tunnel is at 1 in... Yep, it's 1 in 70. All the way through the tunnel. Hope you can hear me still. 1 in 70 all the way through. We are slowing down. Something terrible. Let's whack open the regulator a bit. There we go. Boiler pressure is completely disappearing. But I know for a fact it levels out in a minute. Not for very long, but it levels out enough to get your pressure back up, hopefully. Because you can ease off on the regulator. And once you've eased off, of course, your boiler pressure slowly creeps up again. You can ease off on the regulator and cut back a bit more as well on the old reverser here. I never quite realised how pretty the cab of the 7F is. I mean, it's a little bit... It looks a little bit naff, like this shelf thing here looks a bit naff. But that's only because I've got certain settings turned down, so you can't see the dials very clearly. Because I've got some of the settings turned down. So there we are, out of the tunnel. Time to window hang. This is the new section. And yes, I don't know why the trees haven't loaded yet. I'm having an issue with the asset blocks. It's very frustrating. Yep, that's the tunnel we came out of, which I think doesn't look too shoddy. I mean, this bit looks a bit crap, to be honest. But hey-ho, there's nothing I can do about it. So, while our boiler pressure is increasing, I'm going to stick a little bit of water in the boiler and ease back on the regulator very slightly and stick the reverser back a bit as well. There we go, the trees have popped into life now. Have I not put any at the top? Oh, I haven't. Oh my god, what is that? Bloody hell, is it like a ledge? Was I going to put something on that? I think I was going to put a farm or something on it, like you can fucking see it. But where's our train? There it is. Doing its thing. Still getting about 20 frames a second when I'm recording, which is pretty good, really. It's not bad. But when I'm not recording, that can spike up to 45 to 50 frames. And that is bloody brilliant, really. Sorry. Very thirsty today, a bit of a headache. Probably not really a wise idea to be spending the morning talking to myself and making a video. My headphones on, but whatever. So our speed is at 30.4, so I'm going to ease back on the regulator a little bit. It's flickering between 4 and 5. Take it back to about 5% and it should sort of level out about there somewhere. Or it would very slowly decrease, but whatever. I don't care. I'm enjoying the ride. So as you can see, we've got a little bit of water like here, and this is supposed to be an old mining complex. A very small mining complex at that, and this is where they would dump the water from the mines. They've got pipes there. The old miners' station halt thing. One of the original locomotives. A little, what are you? You're a Britomart repaint, aren't you? What are you? Maid? No. Whernside. Sounds Irish, doesn't it? Hunslet, that's what you are. And it goes across. I need to sort this bit out. It's a bit on this very nice freeware track, curves round and splits off, and then you've got the like the unloading goods unloading over there, and then this hopper is the goods loading point, and then you go further and you've got a set of points to some short sidings. So that's it. It doesn't have a name. It was just going to be called the Penyn Mining Company, but I realised how crap that sounded. So I need to come up with a different name for it. But I don't know what the trees think they're doing today. They've been doing this a lot, but when I zoom along, they pop back into life and then they fuck off again. So I don't know what's going on. We're losing speed on this hill. What is it? 1 in 125. Yeah, that's pretty steep. Whack the reg open a bit. There we go. And we're increasing, and boiler pressure is also on the increase. Stick a bit of water in. So, I hope you're enjoying the cab ride. Sorry if it's a bit, pardon me, a little bit boring. I'm a bit out of practice making Railworks videos, cab rides and stuff. So I apologise for that. What the fuck are you doing, Cliffs? Why are you flickering at me? Is that because I've got the shadows turned down so low? You don't quite know what you're doing with your life. It's like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? The gradient on this section varies. As you can see, it's a 1 in 117, and eventually it levels out. But it starts off at 1 in 100, I think. The tunnel's 1 in 70, which is steep as fuck, and then 1 in 100, and it does level out to about 1 in 200 and something. Eventually, you can see it's getting a bit steeper on this bit, because I didn't want it to be one uniform incline all the way, like the road bank, for example. That starts at, was it 1 in 50, 1 in 60, something like that, and then it levels off to 1 in 100 for about a quarter of a mile, which is, I guess that's slightly realistic. But I wanted the gradient on this, on the Penyn bank, to vary somewhat, because well, that's what inclines on the real railways do. As you can see now, it's 1 in 115. It varies all the way along the route, but this is by far the highest and steepest. As you can see, since we left the junction, we have climbed an unimaginable amount of height. You can see the train looks a bit pathetic compared to how high up I can't remember how high up we actually are. I did know, but I can't quite remember. I don't think this is proper ground level. I think I've raised this up a few feet as well. So that's probably about 50 feet. No, a bit less than 50. Probably about 20 feet above. And then the rest up to the railway embankment is, fuck knows. I don't know. I'm not very good at maths. But yeah, we're doing quite well up here. Now it's 1 in 120. So ease off on the regulator a little bit. So I don't really want to hit 30 if I can help it. Line speed is supposed to be 25 because it is a preserved steam railway. But just for time, where's this station? So as you can see, we're still quite a way off. It's a very long embankment, as you can see from this point up here. I realise you can't actually see my mouse wiggling around, but the little station on the top left, and then just underneath the minus button is Demon's Run. So you can see it's a very, very long section. But we're nearly there, as you can see. We just got the last sharp bend to get round, and then we're in the station. Huzzah and hurrah! Speed appears to be... Oh, I thought it was stabilised, but it's just increasing very slowly. Boiler pressure is also on the increase, so I'm going to chuck a bit of water in it, a bit of coal in. Glad to say I'm gradually getting used to the manual firing again, so I did get out of practice. You can just see up ahead there, the start of the town. There is more to it than that, but for some reason, even though I've got the draw distance turned up, the assets, the buildings and stuff, don't seem to appear until quite late. So we're sort of doing 32.5 miles an hour in a 25 mile an hour limit. But that's because I can't drive for toffee. So, but and actually we've got 5 coaches on, which is a little bit more than what would be usual for the services on this line. It would probably not exceed more than about 4. So we're only one coach over. But I think 5 coaches and the 7F looks pretty good. I think it suits the route and it suits the loco very, very well. You know, because of the steepness of the gradients, this route could easily pass off as being part of the old Somerset and Dorset very, very easily. Because, as I'm sure you guys are aware, but if you don't, the Somerset and Dorset route in Somerset, funny enough, was renowned renowned for its steep inclines and sharp curves and its single track form. I think I've slowed down a bit too much, so let's get a bit of speed back on. Sorry, I appear to have a rather large frog in my throat this morning, which is very annoying. How are we doing for time, service-wise? 12:17. Hey, that's pretty good. So sticking to the speed limit of 25, that should mean that it takes, what, 20 minutes to get up the hill? With a 7F, anyway. I mean, this this route would probably be used more often than not with tank engines, and about sort of 3-4 coaches. So I knew the 7F would do it because I've tested the 7F with load 7. No, I've done it with load 8 and it came up absolutely fine. Load 7, I'm writing a little kind of a short story at the moment that is supposed to be based on the Penyn Valley network. Perfect stop. It's supposed to be on the Penyn Valley Railway. It follows the adventures, rather, sorry, of a couple of school friends that live at Demon's Run, I think. Yes. And I'm going to change the route according to the story. So somewhere here, I need to put a little town. Once I have uncoupled and run forward, I'm not going to bother to run round because, of course, the route is exactly the same the other way. But what I will do is stick it in the kickback at the top there. Handbrake off would help. Stick it in the head shunt, and then I'll give you a very brief tour of the new station. Won't bother getting it up past the stops. I'll just get it past this point here. Probably going a bit too fast, and I'm probably going to crash. But handbrake on. I'll change the point anyway. There we go. That's not bad. Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty good. Right, let's just... I always get a quick screenshot when I arrive. Don't want the woman in the way. There we go. And I got one on Fraps as backup as well. So let's leave the train there. Turn the blowers and the dampers off. There we go. So, as you can see over here, we've got a rather large... well, not large, really, but sort of a small, really. Small to medium goods yard with the little forklift truck doing its thing. The animations are a bit naff on it because it seems to sort of, if you watch, it seems to ice skate like that. But it's not meant for close-up viewing, really. I mean, if you were over here, sort of hanging out the loco waiting to do something, then you can see it just over there doing its thing. So in that respect, it's realistic, but it's a bit annoying sometimes. And I need to find some big lampposts, because I found these things. I think they're from the Mardi branch. I don't know. That they look very nice, but they don't give out much light. The circle of light is kind of no further than that skip and that pile of coal. It's a bit naff, and it doesn't really light up anything. Because of course, good sidings don't sleep at night. This side, from sort of this siding here, from this side to the right, sorry, of this big silo, is nothing to do with the preserved railway. They only own that siding there and the one over the other side of the platform there. They are the only ones that the actual railway company own. This is nothing to do with it. This is just purely to serve the community. Goods import and export and stuff like that. We've got a... I don't really know what this thing is. It's some kind of processing plant thing. But if I dive underneath, you can see I've put a loading hopper thing from the Mardi branch, so I can load and unload wagons if I want to. Bring up a load of empties, stick them through the hopper, load them up, marshal them into a train, and then piss off back down the line to the junction again. Yeah, so this is the exciting part, the biggest part of Penyn. I need to do something with this blank space here. I was going to put a shopping centre in, but I decided to put it up on the hill, on the cliff, because the shopping mall really dominates the skyline and you can't see anything behind it. So I need to put something sort of medium size, like these office blocks or something, that doesn't dominate the skyline. I do quite like the little community on the top of the bank there. I really like that. I need to do something with the cliff face, because it's just green at the moment, and this massive gully needs sorting. I might not bother with the gully, because from the train, from the railway, the station, sorry, you can't actually see it. You don't know it's there. So, you know, I mean, it's highly unlikely, unless you're me, when you're driving the route and you're doing a proper scenario, you'll be too busy with train movements to piss off from your train and have a look about. But I do, because that's me. Oh, and I realised I need to do something with this castle as well. What is it? No, not Dover. Oh, fuck it. It's one in... I think it's French? I can't remember. But it's a nice little castle. Just a little bit of background along to complement these probably two big tower blocks, office blocks that I've got. But, yeah, Penyn is coming on quite well. I especially like sitting in the roof windows of these houses and looking. What a view! Look at that. I would pay any amount of money in the real world to have a view like this. It's very nice. I mean, it's a bit bland because the fucking asset blocks with the trees don't bother to load properly. They only load sort of a mile and a bit away from the camera, from the engine. So as you can see there, they've not loaded, but as I get closer, about here somewhere, bang, they pop into life. I don't understand what the deal is with that. It's not so bad here, but it's just like on the facing cliffs. It's very, very annoying. But anyway, so yes, that's the new section. I hope you enjoy it. There will be another couple of videos as I do tests and things. I'm yet to take a tank engine up here, but when I do, I'll probably record it. I might, I don't know. I've got quite a few videos on the cards. I've got a Just Cause 2 Let's Play on the cards that I might do this afternoon. I'm not entirely sure. Sorry. GTA 5 videos are, as I've said, still postponed. Before I can do anything sort of professional with that game, I need to get a new... well, not a new, but I need to get a dedicated graphics card for the PC, because it can't quite... that's quite pretty, actually, this derelict house. I mean, I'm not quite sure why all of the walls have been severed at a 45-degree angle, and why the other side of this wall doesn't exist. But okay, I quite like that. It would be nice though to have a little bit of jagged brickwork, sort of on this 45-degree angle. But anyway, I'm boring you. Yeah, so when I've got a dedicated graphics card for the PC, then I'll definitely be doing some Grand Theft Auto 5 Let's Plays. I won't be doing the story mission because I'm not interested in that. All I want to do is just fuck about and piss the police off. That's all I bought the game for, really. But if I do the story, I might do. I'm not quite sure yet. I've got a 100% save file mod that I installed, so I'll uninstall that and maybe do the first 2 or 3 missions. But I don't like doing story missions in games like that because it spoils it for people that don't have it, which is why, you know, I don't always do properly. Don't always do videos properly when it comes to that. I've got a Treasure Planet playthrough on the cards. I'm going to restart that now that I've got my new computer. I've got the game installed. I just need to practice with the controls a little bit. And I think that's it. I'll probably be doing some random videos to help pass the time. I don't have an internet connection at the moment. I might try and Wi-Fi my computer to death again. Because I don't think the local library would be too impressed if I used up their internet for 2.5 hours each day uploading videos. I don't think they'd be particularly impressed. And I don't think the videos would upload in 2 hours anyway. So, yeah. Well, I've probably been rabbiting for about half an hour. I will let you go. So, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.